What's up guys? In 1 week I'll be heading down to the Yucatan Peninsula in Mexico. Specifically I'll be going to Mahahual, where I'll be staying, but I'll also be fishing the Xcalak and really all of that coast, and also Chetumal Bay and some of the lagoons. And yeah, I just started kind of preparing to pack today, and I've tied all of my flies myself, and I've spent several months really preparing the flies. And yeah, today I actually had to organize them. I've kept them like in this bunch, but now I had to decide like which flies should go into which fly box. So I just got done with that now, so I wanted to kind of show you how I've gotten organized. So here is kind of the starting lineup, if you will. These are the flies that I'll have like the quickest access to. They actually go on this little pad that is has like Velcro on the back, and you just attach it to this Patagonia pack, and then you have like super easy access to them. So I'm just gonna take it off. So that's like a really nice detail that I really loved about this pack. And so these flies are like what I think that I'll be using the most and want to have like really easy access to. Of course that can change over the course of the trip, and it probably will, or almost definitely will. I've never been down there before, so like how I've chosen this kind of starting lineup has just been like reading books, seeing videos on YouTube, talking to some local guides and people who hang out down there. But you know, these are the flies that I have faith in now, but maybe, or almost definitely, my opinion on that will change, and I will have to adapt probably on like the very first day. But this is how I've gotten organized right now on this kind of these flies that I think that I'll be using a lot. So it's a mix of kind of classic shrimp patterns, mantis shrimp patterns, and some different crabs. So we have like here we have the floating crab, in case I get the shot at like catching some permit on a dry fly. And just kind of really saying that sentence out loud makes my kind of body tingle almost. What a crazy experience that would be. And yeah, I should say also kind of the main targets of the trip will be like bonefish mainly, and also tarpon. Those are my like main goals. But you know, I would love to catch a permit. I would love to catch snook. I would love to catch a big jack, barracuda, triggerfish. There's a lot of variety of species down there, and that's a big part of the appeal. So I want to kind of be prepared for everything, but the main focus will, like 90% of my flies are bonefish flies. So what we have on here then is like yeah, as I said, like some mantis shrimp, like the Veverka's mantis shrimp. I made a mantis shrimp with like a body made of fiber. What else? We have I think up here somewhere we have the bonefish junk. We have like a bunny Clouser. The butt bunny is down here somewhere. Also like a classic, I think, did I say bunny Clouser? I meant a bunny gotcha. For some reason I mix up those two, but it's a bunny gotcha. And here is like a normal gotcha with quite big lead eyes. So yeah, I've tried to get a mix of like big lead eyes, like here and here. Like on this Crazy Charlie, you see that it has like quite small lead eyes. And then on this, I think this is like the bonefish junk, I put like some bigger bead chain eyes. I also did include like one Clouser minnow somewhere, yeah, up here. So I made this, I tied this really sparsely and with no eyes, to kind of use it for, in case I'm in like really shallow water with really spooky fish. This will be the first thing that I try. And what else? What else? Yeah, the Mayan Claw you see here. Here's a Mayan Claw with a weed guard. So I know I've talked a bit to Nick Dembo, who fishes a lot around Mahahual and also Xcalak, and I know he catches a lot of bones on this pattern. So yeah, I really had to include it. There's also I also made like a strong arm merkin, and my idea here is that, like, okay, in case, you know, I don't want to be in the situation where I get down there and I don't have the right flies. So I wanted to kind of have a big variety in the flies that I bring. For example, like, I've tied most of my Mayan fly crabs with this like rug from craft fur. But then if it turns out that I get down there and these aren't like floating in a nice way, that maybe for some reason it turns out that, okay, I've tied all of my Mayan claws wrong, then just to be prepared in case that happens, I have these merkins, right, that have a different body made of fibers. And so if the Mayan claws and the Raghead crabs and so on, if they don't work, maybe the merkins will. So that has been like my philosophy in preparing these flies. Like, I gotta have the variety, gotta kind of cover as many different possible situations as possible. I also, like, for that reason, I also tied up some Turneffe crabs. Here, this one has like quite heavy lead eyes, but I also have some with like beach chain eyes and lighter lead eyes. And so I really want to have like really as many different patterns as possible, just to be kind of prepared in case the fish don't like my flies for some reason. What else? I also have this Greg's flat fly, and yeah, it's also kind of to have that, like, just to be prepared, like, in case the fish like start rejecting my crabs and rejecting my shrimps. Hopefully it won't happen, but in case it does, I have like, yeah, this smaller fly that maybe they would like if they are rejecting my other flies. What else? I also have a Bonefish Bitter. So I've tied this with like, I put like some chenille around these beach chain eyes, and then I put some UV glue. And yeah, the reason I put that chenille was to get like a kind of glitter effect inside the UV glue. And then I've used like a bucktail to get this tail and small like bump here. So yeah, that will also be nice. I heard that, like, yeah, sometimes the bonefish really like this fly, and I heard that the triggerfish can really like it. So yeah, I have tied up a bunch of these, and yeah, they will be in the starting lineup on this little plate thing. And then what else? I think that kind of covers everything on this little plate. So then I will also have in my pack, I will have this box with like a much bigger variety of flies. So kind of my idea here is that I will keep this. This will be like, you know, I really like the easy access this provides. So I think I would try to like keep the best flies on here, and then this will be kind of like some kind of just mainly work as storage. So I think that as I learn on this trip, I will move flies from here onto this little plate thing. But yeah, the idea here is like, here I kind of have all of the patterns that I talked about, and many more, and I have them in like, yeah, some. Let me show you. I have like some Raghead crabs. Like, here is the Señor Raghead, or the Señor Raghead. Also like the classic Raghead crab. I feel like the classics are classics for a reason, so I didn't wanna go there without like some of these super classic flies. And what else? Yeah, I have a lot of gotchas, a lot of some like Christmas Island specials, and also some flies with some more flies with weed guards. I did only put weed guards on like a handful of flies, but I tried to have like, you know, a few shrimp, a few mantis shrimps, a few crabs with weed guards in case I get to a situation where I'm fishing in a lot of grass or something, and I need to be I want to protect my hook and want to be able to get through that grass. What else? Yeah, I have some more kind of floating crabs there. I've tied like the floating crabs. I've tried to tie in a few different styles. I feel like there's not really like a kind of standard floating crab. I feel like people use a lot of different ones. So I've tied some with like this foam, where I've used foam for the arms. But I've also made like these ones with the kind of chenille claws. And here I've also put like, I think this could turn out kind of nice. This is like some like laser dubbing or baitfish dubbing that I kind of mushed into a pile, and then I put it on this foam and added the UV glue, and yeah, I think it turned out kind of nice. And specifically, like, I don't know, I have a lot of faith in this color. I feel like when I see pictures of the Sargasso crabs, I feel like they kind of look like this. So so yeah, we'll see. But then let's see, I also made like some quite small crabs, like this one with some dots, and you know, with some really small kind of rubber legs, small claws. So we'll see. But I've heard that the permit really like eating these Sargasso crabs, and that you can tie a quite shitty looking floating crab and they will eat it, is what I've heard. So so we'll see. But I've seen some amazing imitations though of the Sargasso crab. But I feel like I'm not really equipped to imitate it that well. I've never seen one in real life, and so I just did my best. Made some crabs with some foam, and we'll see if I get the shot at a permit on a dry fly. Just again, what a fucking crazy experience that would be. We'll see if I achieve it. So that's kind of it for the bonefish flies and like permit flies. Actually, no. I also want to show you this fly that I got advice from this guy I know who fishes a lot down there. This is called the red striped kuken. It's a bit funny in Swedish. That's a bad word. But yeah, this guy, he catches an insane amount of permit on these. You can check out his films. It's called like the X-Flats or X-Files, something like this. I'll put it in the notes and you can check it out. I really recommend it. So yeah, this is a fly that I'm really gonna try if I see some permit. And I have it on my kind of starting lineup little plate as well. So yeah, okay, but that's it for the bonefish flies. The other target on my trip would be the tarpon. That would be so cool to jump a few tarpon, land a few tarpon. That would be amazing. I heard they have so much energy, is what I see in the videos, and I would really, really love to experience that. So I've tied up a bunch of tarpon flies, and I feel like, yeah, let me show you here. Here's the box. I feel like many of these will work for snook as well, or that's what I've read. Snook would be super cool to catch as well. And also like a big jack or a barracuda. That would be amazing. So I've tied a bunch of like marabou flies, just like here, some marabou wrapped around like a rabbit sonker. What else? I have some more that are like only, I think this is like, yeah, it's only marabou, and then there's like a cockhackle for the tail. I've tied some like these, like weightless, but I've also made some with bead chain eyes, like here. And I think these are like, along with like, okay, red and black, black and purple, chartreuse, all black. I feel like those are like the main colors that I've heard about for tarpon down there. Specifically, I've heard that like black and purple is like a really, like a favorite that the guides use a lot. So I really try to tie a lot of patterns in that color. So other than these marabou flies, I also have a lot of like tarpon toads. Let's see, there. So I made most of them with the bunny strips, and then yeah, some fiber to make this kind of body. Most of them are with the bead chain eyes. Maybe, I'm not sure, maybe I have made some with lead eyes, but I think for the majority of my tarpon flies I've used the bead chain eyes. Yeah, and I've really tried to like, again, hear what patterns do people like down there, and just try to cover all of my bases, like be prepared for any scenario. So I also have this fly. This is like a, don't remember the name. Is this a Seaducer maybe? I think so. What else? I did tie up a bunch of Clousers. I feel like, yeah, they're quite nice. They're very easy to tie. I feel like they're versatile. I could throw them at specifically, like, I feel like if I see something in the surf and I'm not sure what fish it is, I'll just throw a Clouser at them and see what happens. What else? I also have, here's like I have the Lefty's Deceiver in some different sizes, like this, which are chartreuse. I also made it in like blue, like here, and in red also. Oh, the eye fell off just as I was taking it out. Gotta fix that. What else do I have? Oh yeah, I tied a lot of Gurglers, like you see down here. Let me take one out. So here's like one in all black. But this is how I've tied most of them, like with a rabbit strip at the back, some kind of thing. Like here I used some fiber, but on many of them I've used marabou to kind of cover the tail. And then, yeah, some foam. And then I've used like a cock hackle to get this kind of shrimp looking body. And on some I have used like some chenille, like here for example, to get like a more kind of some sparkling and shiny effect. Oh yeah, and here I actually used like bucktail for the tail, and put some flash in the tail. I felt like I wanted to have some flash on most of my tarpon flies, just to make sure that they get the attention. Like if I'm in murky water or something, just wanna have some flash on there to kind of grab the attention. What else? Yeah, I made some of these like baitfish patterns. I think that this is like the Everglades special, I think it's called. I don't know, I think this was maybe the most challenging pattern to tie for me. But it was also really fun. I don't love how this turned out. I would want to perfect the technique here a bit more, but I felt like I had to kind of scope that out, because yeah, I couldn't just spend all of my time perfecting this kind of fiber baitfish. I had to produce some quantity as well. So yeah, this was the best baitfish that I tied. So yeah, we'll see if I catch some fish on it or not. But I'm happy to have it in the arsenal. Also I made some like cockroaches. I know some people really like those. You know, some bucktail here, and I put like, yeah, under the bucktail I have like some Arctic fox, and then for the tail there's some flash, and then a few kind of cock hackles in this grizzly color. And then finally I have some poppers. both with like these kind of store-bought heads, and then I've tied them in like some of them turned out kind of chunky like this with like some marabou, some Arctic fox, and some bucktail. But I think I have some that are a bit like more lean as well. Like here I have one that is like with just some rabbit on it. So I made both of these with kind of store-bought heads, and then I made some with my own heads as well. Like just put like some layers of foam, and yeah, I don't know. I kind of like these more just by looking at them, but we'll see. We'll see what works when I get down there. Let's see if there's anything else that I've missed. Yeah, I've tied also the like a black death fly with just some like longer cockhackles and just a bunny strip to make this part. Yeah, so kind of my idea with like, I think that my idea with these two boxes is that I think at most points of the trip I will either be fishing for bonefish like on the flats or on the beach, and in that case I will have like, I will mainly use this little plate in my pack, or use flies from this fly box. And then when I'm not fishing for bonefish, I'll be fishing for tarpon or snook. And in that case I think I will put like this fly box inside my backpack, and I will take this fly box into my pack instead. And I feel maybe we'll see if I end up putting some of these flies on this little plate. I'm not sure. Probably I will like, I feel like with tarpon and snook I will probably find like some pattern that I like maybe I will fall in love with like the Gurgler, and then I'll just have a Gurgler on my fly line and just use that for like all day. So I feel like, I could be wrong, but I feel like with the tarpon and the snook I will not be changing my fly as much, so I won't be like this little super accessible plate won't be as advantageous during those days, but we'll see. And then for like I said in the beginning, I tied a bunch of flies, so I have more in here. I have like basically like backups of everything I showed. Oh yeah, I did tie this one like really big popper. It's with like a polka dot colors. I don't know, and my feelings they change about this fly every day. Like some days I look at it and I feel like this is gonna be like that fly that catches like a really big fish and really like makes the trip. And other days I look at it and I feel like, what the fuck is this? Why did I even tie it? So we'll see. Probably I'll give it a try at least. It's a popper that I made with like several layers of foam, and then I made like I wrapped around this like hackle here. Here is some rabbit. Here is some red bucktail, and then for the tail some cock hackles, some in white, some in grizzly. So kind of my idea with this fly was that I would have it like I would have it for the case that I run into a barracuda on the beach, and then I'll have like a wire leader tied to this fly, and then so I'll be able, and then I'll just tie the wire leader to whatever I already have on my tippet, so that way I can quickly throw like a big fly at a big barracuda. So but we'll see what this fly can do for me down there. Other than that, like in this box is just like really just like backups of everything I had in this other tarpon box, and then I have like backups of everything for the bonefish and permit as well. Like in here I have like, you know, more of everything really, more gotchas, more crazy charlies, more mantis shrimp, more weightless patterns, really more of everything. And then I have like also these little boxes with more crabs. Like in here I have like more floating crabs. I kept those separate because I didn't want to, I don't know, they kind of like, if you just glance at them quickly, they look a bit similar to the Raghead crabs and that. So I wanted to keep them separate in order to not get them confused. I wouldn't want to like, if I see like a permit feeding on some sargasso on the surface, it would really suck if I got confused and threw like a leadhead raghead crab instead of a floating crab. So that's why I want to keep these separate and not get confused. I think I've done that, like I should do that on my, like in all of my fly boxes, keep them kind of like on one side, like okay, here I'll have like one floating crab and here I'll have the sinking crabs, just to make sure that I don't get confused like that. Because I think those, like when that actually happens, if I do see a permit feeding on top water, my heart will start racing and I will be super nervous, and I feel like I will not be at my most intelligent self. So I really want to make it kind of easy for me in those situations. Yeah, and then I have like I really like squished all of the other crabs into this box. So here is like everything else, more Mayan Claws, more merkin crabs, more Turneffe crabs, more of everything. So yeah, that's really my setup for the flies. Yeah, I wanted to give a shout out to these two books that were really helpful in learning about not just the flies, but like really everything in preparing for this trip. So it's Fly Fishing the Yucatan by these awesome guys, Rod Hamilton, Rhett Schober and Nick Dembo, and then Do It Yourself Bone Fishing by Rod Hamilton and Kirk Dieter. So these two books really helped me so much in the planning. Like before I bought them, I couldn't have dreamt of them having so much helpful material. Like they have like specific spot recommendations and really thorough advice. So I feel like, yeah, these two books really helped me in my planning. So yeah, guys, thank you for watching. I'll try to make some more content about my trip. I'll try to like film some stuff with the GoPro and really try to document all of that awesome action that I get down there. So yeah, stay tuned, guys. See you later.